Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In conjunction with First UMS Colloquium on Fundamental Research and Application, or in short UMS CoFA 2020, I, Siti Nursyafa binti Bakri, and my colleagues from Pusat Persediaan Sains and Technology, University Malaysia Sabah, would like to present to you our research on encouraging STEM interests among high school students in rural area of Sabah, a Botany Ninja module integrated with problem-based learning case. Let us begin with this situation where we understand that declining interest in STEM subject enrollment in Form 4 student causing an alarming concept, where in 2012, 49% students had enrolled to STEM subject package, while this in 2019, 44% had enrolled, and on average, this is a decrease of 6,000 students per year. As for the initiative, we can see that the government has taken a proactive movement where introducing STEM package for Form 4 students. Let's have a look on the Form 4 of 2020, where the students are no longer classified to pure science stream student or art stream or science and technology stream, sports time and vocational. Instead, there are only two streams available in schools where the students belongs to STEM package students or art and humanity package. So let's have a look on the STEM package that being offered in school, where we can see that it's divided into three. STEM package 1, where students, when choosing this package, they must fulfill all the subjects that being offered from each package. Okay, for package, for example, the core subject is almost similar to every STEM package, but the difference is on for STEM package 1, all students are required to take maths, physics, chemistry, and biology. And from here, students can see the pathway after leaving school. They can continue their study in pre-university or matriculation in life science or physical science, or they can continue in STPM in sciences courses or in diploma in science and engineering. And they can see that by taking STEM package 1, continue their study for undergraduate, they are eligible to taking medicine, dentistry, physics, and that related. For STEM package 2, okay, the main difference between STEM package 1 is they can omit one of the subjects from the package 1. So for instance, in this example, they're taking chemistry, biology without having physics, but they change into sports science. So sports science is a subject of applied science and technology. So meaning that STEM package 2, they can choose subjects from this package. So if they're taking biology without having physics, so they are more on biology based, so they can see that for undergraduate, they can take this kind of courses. And if they're not taking biology but having physics, and they may continue to this kind of undergraduate programs. STEM package T is a bit lighter of science, where they can choose subjects from not only from the applied science, but they also can choose subjects from vocational school, vocational subject. Okay, and with that, STEM package seems promising efforts by the government and may able to keep expert and human resource in STEM field sustained. But the challenge is nurturing student interest in learning STEM subject is crucial. Then how we can do that for the secondary school students? Okay, it is important to nurture student interest in STEM subject. How? So we should nurture the interest from the very early stages, where we suggest from Form 1. How? By involve this student and introduce to them an active learning, such as from the problem-based learning, as well as conducting with a module. So we understand that module is a learning material that enables students to work independently while systematically allow them to comprehend with the subject. Okay. With that in mind, in this study, we merge PBL and biology module as a promising way to stimulate student interest towards STEM. And with that, we're merging PBL and biology module. We come up with the objective to implement a botanist ninja and integrated PBL biology module towards Form 1 and Form 2 students to gauge their interest in STEM education. As for the methodology, this botaninja contain identify plant structure and physiology. We focus on portray them as a botanist, and they also will be introduced a very fundamental botanist situation where they will be involved in herbarium making. And for this application, we involve student Form 1 and Form 2 of SMK Usukan in Kota Belud, and we divided them into 15 groups, and each group will have one facilitator. So how we conduct the process is by introducing the Botanist Ninja module to the 79 students, and they were introduced to plant overview, physiology, and usage. And we also give them a study case where we involve them to the problem involved in plant and environment, and they have to work in their groups and have the brainstorming and also make a presentation where they have the Q&A session in their groups with the facilitator, or we call as a warrior. And from there they continue. We further bring them for the career development as a botanist, and we continue the activity by introducing them to find a specimen for herbarium, and we also make an assessment where group with the best herbarium will have a batch giveaway and some reflection through a questionnaire. Okay. So here are some of the activities during the Botaninja and PBL application. And for the questionnaire, there are involved 9 questions where we adopt from the one of the standard questions, and it is from the strongly disagree, and it has 6 scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree, where from these questions we further divide where we can see that the results showing that most of the students are agree and strongly agree with the answer. Okay. We further divided the question for analysis. Okay, we divided the question into teaching, learning, and communication skill, where we can see here from question 1 and question 2 is more on the teaching, where the interaction between teacher and student was active, the warrior or the facilitator offered discussion opportunity. Well, for learning, it involved question 3, 4, 6, 7, and 9, where we can see the model improved my learning, the model motivate me to learn, the model developed my self-directed learning skill, the model increased my interest on science knowledge. And lastly, we divided the questions into communication, where module sharpened my expression and communication skill. The module enhanced my confidence in speaking public, and this module enhanced interaction and collaboration skill. And for the analysis, the three component, the teaching, learning, and communication, give us a mean between 5, where students agree, because and we found out this might be the students never have been exposed to similar type of learning as Bota Ninja module, where it is more on student-centered learning, and tutor facilitated the group discussion without providing an easy answer. And if we have a look on the teaching effect, where we can see that 78.5% strongly agree, and we found out this is due to responsibility given to the students to take charge of their own learning, which was guided by the facilitator. In the solution finding process, the students gathered information from printed handouts, science textbook, and raw leaf samples taken from outside the classroom. For the learning, we also found out that 57 students strongly agree, basically are in the agree mode, and we found out that this indicated the underlying interest for STEM learning within the student. And students were able to actively participate in the group and find motivation to solve the problems, and they were introduced to a botanist career in learning in order to create a cheerful perspective mode to their learning experience. For the communications, most of them are agreed prior to actively utilizing the information resource. The given problem triggered a group discussion that gave two major benefits: helps the students to become independent learner, encourage an effective group discussion with their peers in solving problem. With that, PBL provides students with a degree of interaction for peer learning, peer teaching, and group presentation. In particular, the students' knowledge about leaf structure has improved through a well-facilitated group discussion during the herbarium labeling activity. As for conclusion, in this study, the Bota Ninja has demonstrated its feasibility for gauging learning interest towards STEM subjects within Form 1 and 2 students. Results of teaching, learning, and communication suggest the effectiveness of the integrated problem-based learning module to stimulate students' interest in learning STEM subject. This approach shall be continued to encourage them taking the STEM package. Eventually, a consistent increase of students enrolled in STEM package will enrich the number of STEM experts in Malaysia. With that, end my presentation, and special acknowledgement to the Acculturation Grant Scheme of UMS, Form 1 and Form 2 students who engage enthusiastically with this module, Mr. Maston Maswan, the principal, and Madam Sadika Omar, the STEM coordinator of SMK Usukan. Thank you very much.